reach for it.
What'd you say?
You have to reach for it. I have wares.
Oh, okay. So one of the first mods that I did to this car when I got it was put the Sliplo skid protection on the front splitter, or the front bumper, because my other car, I absolutely scratched up the front lip going over parking thingy majiggies. I forgot what they're called. And so you can hardly see them, which is kind of the point of them, but you can see them there. I didn't take a video when I did it because I was alone and didn't really know what I was doing, but my buddy just got a 2020 Dodge Scat Pack Charger, and so we're gonna do it to his front splitter, which he's already kind of scratched after 200 miles. So we're gonna get it in the garage, and then we're gonna start putting the Sliplo on. Do you want to explain what these are?
Yeah.
What are these?
These are the Sliplo Universal Skid Plate Stop Driveway Scrapes.
Wow, you can read.
Yes, they have a 10-year warranty. They're a no-drill solution to avoiding scrapes on your cars. No hardware required, and an easy installation within 30 minutes.
Wow, that was pretty good. I'm impressed. So we're gonna install Sliplo on a 2020 Scat Pack Charger. I suggest that you use Rhino ramps or race ramps, or putting the car up on jack stands. I think you really only need enough room so that you can get up underneath the car. Obviously a lift is nice, but not everybody has those at their own disposal. Unfortunately, the Scat Pack Charger is too low in the front that it won't fit onto these Rhino ramps. I think that might mean I should invest in some race ramps because I heard that those are lower, but we'll see. So it took us a while to get the car jacked up, and we're going to do one side at a time because the race ramps or the Rhino ramps that I have don't fit under the front splitter, and I didn't want to scratch up what we were trying to protect in the first place. So we jacked up the one side. My jack isn't able to get it up high enough to put the jack stand underneath, so we're going to do what we can and do one side and then do the other. And actually the front is up enough, we may be able to do the whole thing in one go. The whole point of this is to stop from these kind of scratches and scrapes on the front splitter. Now this car sits pretty low, evidenced by not being able to get the race ramps on. I was able to get underneath it with my car to do this, but we weren't able to do that with the Scat Pack. So we're gonna basically clean this off first, wipe this down, and then we're gonna clean it with soap and water first, and then we're gonna clean it with a degreaser just to make sure everything's off. Then we're gonna rinse it with water, and then this kit comes with 3M adhesive promoter wipes, and then we're gonna wipe this whole area down, and then we can start fitting the Sliplo on here. the 3M automotive adhesive promoter, and we're basically going to just act like you're cleaning it off and just spread it all over the bumper. You might, and the kit comes with 2 of them, and you want to use both of them. And then once you finish, I think they say we have like half an hour to finish it, but it goes quick after that. Is this? Yeah, just open it up.
Rag?
Yeah, it's like a little like foam piece. We're ready to start kind of mocking up where we want this Sliplo to go. So first of all, you want it kind of like that. You want the fins to go back towards the car, towards the back end of the car. And when you're fitting it, Sliplo actually sells like paper template things that you can use. But honestly, when I did it on my car, it was pretty easy to just kind of use this, eyeball it, and work off the middle, from the middle, and go outwards. That was my solution, or that was my logic or my strategy. And you don't want it right on the edge of the bumper, because then you'll see it really badly from the front. But you kind of want it back probably about 1/4 of an inch from the front of the lip. Mark, how's this look? Can you kind of come eyeball where this is centered wise, and then can you see it from the front?
You can see it from the front.
When you're looking straight on at the bumper, though.
Yes. It is not centered.
Where does it need to go?
Right. Yeah. Other route. Right. Sorry. Keep going. We need to go like 2 inches, maybe even 2 or 3 inches. Keep going.
Oh, that's because I'm not in the center of the car. Big dumb idiot. Well, you don't want it too far back, because then it, and I remember when the car's on the ground, it's gonna be harder to see.
Yeah, you're probably good there, actually.
Okay, so I like to start from the center and then move my way outwards. So I'm gonna kind of mark the center line, and then it's easy to have a partner. Can you take that adhesive off there, please? A good idea would be to use a piece of tape so you know where the center line is.
The whole thing?
Yeah.
How long have you and your partner been together?
Hilarious. And then this stuff is really sticky, so once it's on, it's on. How's that? Distance from the end.
Go a little bit to your left.
And then I use this obviously again as a center point, and then I'll kind of add here until I get to these kind of indentations, and then I'll probably set a second layer here. And this is a pretty wide bumper, so you want to kind of get as much area coverage as you possibly can. Okay, so to cut these, so we have a section where it makes sense to cut one of these off and just put it on, instead of having the thing kind of bend with the contour of the bottom of the bumper. You can basically just use regular scissors, or if you have more industrial scissors, they work even better. But it doesn't, just as clean of a cut as you can get it, and then you can press it on the same exact way. So here's what the completed job looks like. We did have to use 2 extra pieces that I had left over from when I did my car. So if you want to do a full coverage like this, you'll want to get the bigger kit. I just got the $99 kit, or I got the $99 kit, and then my buddy's car, my buddy that has the Scat Pack also got the $99 kit. So if you want to get better coverage, you got to get the larger kit that comes with more strands. But we covered it pretty well. We did basically 2 layers across the entire bottom of the bumper, and that's going to save it a lot from getting scratches and scrapes, just like he already kind of did a little bit here. So that's how you do it. It's really easy. Just be careful when you're putting the stuff on. Try to get it it doesn't have to be as super even as you want it to be, or symmetrical, because nobody's really going to see it, hopefully. And then also, it's very, very sticky. So once you put it on, you can't take it off and you can't really move it around. So be aware that if it does stick, you'll have to get a heat gun and try to heat it off and get it off, and you'll probably ruin a whole strand, which you don't want to do. So just take your time, be careful. And again, nobody's really going to see it, so it doesn't have to be super duper pretty.